Hello crafties, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to crochet in the third loop. It's relatively easy. I designed a little headband to go along with it, and you can find the free pattern over on my Ravelry page, taking it off my mannequin here. It is a combination of crocheting in the third loop and the cable stitch, so if you've seen any of those videos, it should be relatively easy for you to follow along with, or at least that's my hope. Let me know in the comments down below. And without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay crafties, so here I am, and like I said, the pattern for this headband will be uploaded on my Ravelry page. Probably be up a little bit before this video posts, so feel free to check that out. It will be a free pattern. Make sure you share the pattern with your crafty friends. So I'm gonna get started. Move this to the side. In order to crochet, let me move my little tin. In order to crochet in the third loop, of course you're gonna want to have a foundation row. A lot of times when this is done, there is a row of half double crochets in the prior row, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a little swatch. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And to give you guys a better preview of this stitch, it looks knitted, and I really like this stitch. Let me zoom in just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. What I like about this stitch is that it looks knitted, and then when it's worked in wool, which this is Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool, this looks great. It's an excellent pair. So far I have found it useful for headbands. I would even venture out and probably make a cardigan with it. So anyway, let me get started. I'm going to go ahead and work with this little nugget of 12 chains. Gonna add one. I'm gonna go across this row in single crochet. I've done a considerable amount of filming today, so I'm extra talkative, so forgive me for that. I'm going to work on across here in single crochets. And as always, you know, don't work your hats and headbands in wool, because excessive wear and tear, it'll eat your hair out, and you don't want that. So if you're going to wear wool, make sure you line whatever it is with like a cotton or a satin or something that will not eat your hair out over time. Little FYI fun fact. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is work a row of half double crochets. I'm going to use what is called the alternative turning chain, which I like. I figured it out a while ago, so you know, now I'm in love and I don't chain anymore. But I'm gonna do this twice. If you're used to chaining, go ahead and chain up. The alternative turning chain is easy. There's lots of videos on it, and I will also be doing a video on it in the future. Okay. Go back. It does not count as a stitch. It just makes it easier to border. 2. So a little FYI about this stitch, it is a little fidgety, so you know, don't get a yarn that will ply apart like this wool can sometimes do. You want to find a nice solid yarn to do this with. If it helps, you can get a chunkier yarn that can help you see the stitches better. But if you're a crochet vet, then you should be good to go. going to dive right in. Okay, so I finished my row of half double crochets and I have worked up my little 2 chains or alternative stitch, whichever you prefer to use. So we're going to look at this. Crocheting in the back loop is super easy. So you know you have the tops of your stitches, which most crocheters call the little V, because it looks like a little V if you look at it a certain way. Those are your front and back loop, the front being closest, the back being furthest away from you. But if you look back here, this little horizontal bar right here is a third loop. So what I want to do first here is yarn over, and I'm going to make a half double crochet in the base of that turning stitch that I did. Okay, because that turning stitch does not count as a stitch. And what I'm going to do is yarn over, and I'm going to look back here. Like right here. I'm going to focus in on that. I am going to be crocheting into that little horizontal bar right there. So yarn over, and you want to make sure you watch your tension with this stitch, because the tighter that bar, the more impossible it is to work in there. Not that my tension is incredibly tight today, but just going to work your stitches normal. And what it's going to do, it's going to start pushing these little V's forward, and it's going to give you that knitted look. So I'm going to do it again. Just yarn over and crochet into that little bar. And obviously you're going to want to flip and turn this project any way that you can so that you can see your stitch better. It's just like drawing, you know, you flip the page around. Okay, and you can say, oh, it's like crocheting in the back loop. It's similar, but of course you don't get that same knitted and fun look. And once you get the hang of this stitch with your tension and all, you know, oh my god, once you get the tension just right, you can like fly through this stitch. That headband took me maybe 30 minutes to an hour to do, just because of the nature of the stitches that I was using, but otherwise I had no problems. So what I'm going to do is to continue working in the third loop. As you can see, it's pushing these stitches forward. I'm going to continue crocheting in that third loop for a couple of rows, just so you guys can see how it looks when it is worked up. Okay? I'm going to probably speed it up. Alright, and I'm just gonna work a half double crochet, regular half double crochet in the last stitch, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next row. So now that I'm on the back of this row, I would crochet in the third loop that is to the front of me, and it's protruding a lot here, so it's easy to see and work into, which is what I like about this stitch. Because even if that crocheting in the back third loop gives you grief, you know you're going to have to flip that work and work in the one that's in the front. So there we have it. Also, this row works a little faster for me. Almost skipped a stitch. No, I didn't. Alright, and I'm going to chain up one, and I'm going to snip it off. Fasten off is the proper term. So as you can see, I got the same little knitted little pattern here, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If so, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what kinds of crochet tutorials would you like to see in the future. Are there any stitches that you'd like to see better explained? Let me know. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding the notification bell so that you never miss out on new weekly content from me. Go ahead and check out my other social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, of course YouTube, you name it. And until next time, guys, happy making.